title. Sarah and David's London Picnic Adventure, a tale of serendipity, romance, and the vibrant city life. In busy London, where the streets were alive with activity and the air was full of possibilities, Sarah and David's love story started. It was a story filled with chance meetings, exciting adventures, and a love that would never fade. Their adventure started on a chilly autumn day, a day that seemed regular but would never be forgotten. Sarah, who loved books and going to new places, felt drawn to the cozy local bookstore. It was like a calm spot in the busy city. That's where Sarah first saw David. He was browsing through the books in the store, surrounded by tall shelves filled with all sorts of books, big and small. Sarah couldn't help but notice him among the rows of books, his presence standing out like a beacon of warmth and charm in the cozy but dimly lit aisles. It was as if his very presence added a glow to the bookstore, making it feel even more inviting. Excuse me. Sarah whispered as she reached for a book on the top shelf, her hand accidentally brushing against David's. He turned to her, and their eyes met in a way that made Sarah feel like they were about to embark on an exciting journey. "Hi," David said warmly, smiling back at her. "Are you finding everything okay?" Sarah's heart raced with excitement at the sound of his voice, and her cheeks turned red as she looked into his eyes. "Yes, thanks," she managed to say. "I'm Sarah." "Nice to meet you, Sarah," David replied, extending his hand for a shake. "I'm David. Are you a fan of this author?" Sarah nodded eagerly, grateful for the opportunity to continue the conversation. "Yes, I love their books. They take me on adventures without even leaving my room." David's eyes lit up with enthusiasm. "That's exactly how I feel. Have you read their latest one?" And just like that, the two of them were lost in conversation, bonding over their shared love of literature. It felt like they had known each other for years, even though they had just met. With a simple hello, their lives changed forever. Sarah and David started talking, and soon they discovered something amazing. They both loved books. Sarah's eyes sparkled with excitement when she found out that David's favorite author was the same as hers. "I can't believe it," Sarah exclaimed. "We have the same favorite author." David laughed, his eyes shining with happiness. "Isn't it amazing? It's like we were meant to meet." As they stood surrounded by books in the cozy London bookstore, the bustling city outside seemed to fade away. Sarah and David felt something special in the air, a sense of magic that only London could provide. They knew that their meeting in this vibrant city was no coincidence, but rather a twist of fate guided by the energy of London itself. And then, as they stood surrounded by many books and the busy sounds of the city, Sarah and David realized something important. They knew that their adventures together would be very exciting, even more than they could imagine. And all of this would happen in the wonderful city of London. Months passed, and Sarah and David's friendship blossomed into something special. They spent time together, enjoying each other's company and sharing their thoughts and feelings. They laughed together and supported each other through tough times, their bond becoming like a sturdy bridge connecting their hearts. One rainy afternoon, while walking through the streets of London, Sarah and David sought shelter in a cozy cafe. Sarah looked out the window at the rain falling softly on the pavement. "I've always dreamed of going to Paris," she said wistfully. David's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Let's make that dream a reality. We'll explore the streets of Paris together, hand in hand, and create memories that will last a lifetime." Sarah's heart swelled with joy at the thought of embarking on such an adventure with David. They shared a smile, feeling the warmth of their friendship enveloping them like a soft blanket. Before their Parisian escapade, they decided to celebrate their love in the heart of London. They strolled through the city streets, marveling at the iconic landmarks and feeling grateful for the moments they had shared together in this vibrant city. "London is truly magical," Sarah remarked, her eyes shining with wonder. David nodded in agreement. "It's where our journey began, and I'm so thankful for every moment we've spent here together." As they walked, they remembered about their first meeting and the special moments they had shared since then. They laughed at the memories and cherished the bond they had formed. "Do you remember the first time we met?" David asked, a playful grin spreading across his face. Sarah giggled, the memory still fresh in her mind. "How could I forget? You almost knocked me over reaching for that book." Their laughter filled the cafe, blending with the soft background music and creating a symphony of joy. Sarah reached out and squeezed David's hand, feeling grateful for his presence in her life. "I'm so glad we crossed paths that day," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "Me too," David replied, his eyes sparkling with affection. Their love was like a gentle breeze, guiding them through life's ups and downs with ease and grace. And as they sat together in the cozy cafe, surrounded by the warmth of their friendship, they knew that their journey together was just beginning, filled with endless possibilities and boundless love. Later, they decided to have a special picnic in a nearby Regent Park. They packed their favorite foods and a cozy blanket, chatting and laughing as they made their way to the park. When they arrived, the sun peeked through the clouds, casting a warm glow over the green grass. They found a shady spot under a tall tree, its branches offering relief from the midday sun. "I'm so happy we decided to do this," Sarah said, spreading out the blanket with a smile. "Me too," David agreed, his eyes shining with excitement. "There's something magical about being outdoors together." They unpacked their picnic basket and savored each bite of their delicious meal. They shared stories and dreams, feeling the love between them grow stronger with each passing moment. As they finished their food, they lay back on the blanket, gazing up at the clear blue sky above. They held hands, their fingers intertwined as they watched the fluffy, white clouds drift lazily by. "I love you," Sarah said softly, her heart overflowing with emotion. "I love you too," David replied, pulling her close and pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. In that moment, surrounded by nature and the warmth of their love, Sarah and David knew they were exactly where they were meant to be together, forever and always.